Okay.
Oh, hopefully that intro worked because it was Sean Spears' intro. So if it doesn't work for us, guess what? It doesn't work for you. What up, YouTube world? Yes, I made Adrian be an old man named Tony Blanchard. This is Roasted.
Damn, God, it is spit. Jesus.
You're on a roll. On a roll today. That's probably the greatest intro we've had to date. Oh. If you don't know what today is, today's Thursday, so that means on Thursday we do the Wednesday Night Wars on Thursday because everything happens on Wednesday, so we have to record on Thursday. So today is Thursday's Wednesday Night Wars.
Wow, that's a lot.
Makes sense. AEW versus NXT. If you don't remember, I have AEW up by 1. He has NXT up by 1. A close race. These two episodes, to me, probably are going to be the closest I think we've ever had. Because this is going to be very tough for me.
Well, this is a good week.
It was a very good week because we had the fallout from Full Gear.
Yeah.
So AEW's first pay-per-view and their first episode following their first pay-per-view.
There you go.
So a lot of stuff being developed on that. And then NXT is just... It's NXT. I mean, what can you say? It's always great. So, if you want, why don't you go ahead and start us off with
my first match?
NXT, your first match?
My first match might have been a candidate for match of the night. Excuse me.
That was nice. Glad you got that
damn. Yeah, sorry, I was drinking. We had Lio Rush defending his cruiserweight title against Angel Garza.
Man of the hour.
Yeah, Moth.
I don't like Man of the hour.
I don't like it at all. That's like a weird. It's a weird thing to call. Anyway, okay. This match should have. Well, dang. Now after we watched the main event,
yeah.
I don't know if it should have been. First one I was like, dang, this should have main event of the show.
It could have for sure.
But as I said last week, I am the more I watch this guy wrestle when he's given time,
Angel Garza is really, really good. He's
now,
good in there.
To put some, talk about little things here and there. Lio Rush had his family out in the crowd.
His wife and his kids.
Yeah. And then they're wrestling for a little bit. They're doing this cool little, they're reversing things, but not reversing things. It's more of I've scouted you out, so I know what you're going to do, so I'm not even going to attempt to go after you. And they're both kind of doing that back and forth. Yeah. So there was action going on, but not going on at the same time. It was kind of weird. And Garza is on his knees, tells Lio Rush, bye. I'm about to go, I'm going to go say hello to your wife.
And kids.
And so he goes out to the crowd, hops over the little barricade thing, and strips his pants off and throws it to his wife and kids.
See, the weird thing, if it was just his wife, all right, I get it. You're playing the whole, your wife's out there, I'm going to go play to her. It was his kids.
Now, awkward. I thought it was great.
Awkward,
it was
man.
super funny. I thought it was, the crowd liked it.
The crowd loved it for some reason.
So, yeah, man, without getting into, because we could probably dissect this match. It was a long match.
It was a very good match. It was very long.
But there was just, it didn't slow. The pace was real quick. There's no, I don't remember any small or slow parts.
No slow parts. A lot of high points, a lot of crazy moves off the top rope.
Yeah, Garza had Lio Rush in a body slam position and backflipped off the top rope with him. It was amazing.
And then the one that I liked was when Lio Rush went through the bottom of the rope to do that topo suicida, and he caught him and did a power slam.
Yeah, crazy on the outside.
On the outside.
This match had all kinds of greatness. They were kicking out of each other's finishers. Both wrestlers looked good, but the one thing I did notice, so Lio Rush wins. Controversy. Was it a roll up? No. He hit
his frog splash.
Yeah, his frog splash for a second time, and it looked like Garza got his foot on the rope. Referee didn't see it. Counts at 3, which is cool because I want to see this again.
I do too. I think it's going to be the second time they do it, or the third. No, this will be the second time when they do it again with the rematch. It's going to be good, and this is a good way to keep. Let Lio Rush keep his title again, and then make Garza still look strong.
Yep.
I think when they do finishes like this, as not a roll up pin. This is how it should be done. The guy hits his finisher too close to the rope. The ref doesn't see it. or something happens to where there's a controversial win.
Yeah.
Not the roll-up pin, because the roll-up pin is just
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
don't like roll pins.
But this was a good way to do it.
Yeah,
It
this was a
good match.
great way to do it. But the thing I noticed was Leo Rush was getting booed.
He was getting booed. I didn't hear it at first when he said when he heard it, but when he went to the ramp, he was getting booed.
Because it just seemed like one of those matches where Leo Rush, because at first the whole crowd was chanting Leo Rush.
Yeah.
And then as the match went on and Garza's both of them put on a show. But
Amazing
Garza was, doing his thing, and I think the crowd was starting to, oh man, like we really want Garza to win, because at the end, Leo got booed, and
Yeah, Garza was getting cheered.
yeah, Garza was getting cheered. So it was interesting to see, but great match.
It was a very good match. Hopefully this whole video he's not holding that can. But if he does, put in the comments on what you think that can.
Sorry, dude, I'm so thirsty.
Hopefully we don't get a...
Another weird burp.
Yeah, get another weird burp or get dinged because he's holding Dr. Pepper cans.
We're not sponsored by Dr.
We are not sponsored by anybody. If you want to sponsor us, though, drop a comment. AEW starts off with a review of Full Gear, like we said. This is their first show after Full Gear. We cut to what happened with Moxley and Kenny Omega, and then it cuts to showing Omega. He got beat up pretty bad. He's got black eye. His back was all cut up. He can't wrestle this week. He's got to take it out.
Yeah.
And then we get...
Which is good.
Yeah, that's good. It kind of shows... Moxley was cleared. Because Moxley's the hardcore guy. Kenny Omega's not. So, it makes sense. It makes
Even
sense.
though
This guy's
he totally is. Kenny,
this
is the second match he's had like this.
And the whole cleaner thing, it makes him crazy and hardcore. But
yeah, but it's nice not to see like a top guy every single week.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about before. We don't want to see the same guy, same matches, same tag matches, same concept with these guys like they do with Raw and Seth Rollins. It's always Seth Rollins. Always Seth Rollins. They push him down your throat so much that he's getting booed at this point. But anyway, so they show all that, and then it's John Moxley
Don't be a hater.
versus Michael Nakazawa.
The squash.
And this is a squash match. This is definitely a squash match, and again, nobody cares because it's John Moxley, so nobody cares.
Nakazawa.
Moxley has to be put in these matches. This is exactly what I put. Moxley, who picks up the win, no one still cares. They need to make sure if he has to have a wrestling match, it has to be quick because he can't wrestle. The only thing he can do is these death matches. Okay, so if you believe me on that one, drop a comment. Only thing he can do is death matches. That's why the Kenny Omega versus Moxley match was a death match. Because if you have one of the best wrestlers of all time, supposedly, it's arguable, if you're one of the best wrestlers of all time go up against somebody who can't wrestle, you're going to notice the weaknesses in John Moxley. So I think that's why they did the hardcore death match. Moxley wins quick, and then he cuts a promo, which to me felt like a lifetime of everything.
You're such a hater.
He's in there just talking, does that match count? Is this sanctionable? Like, nobody cares, Moxley. Nobody cares what you're saying.
Though. Everybody does.
So he goes on to say, nobody's strong enough, nobody's tough enough, nobody's mean enough to fight me in the ring. And I thought at that point we'd get somebody right away.
We did.
We didn't. It goes to the next match. Your match definitely wins.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it's not even close because 1, John Moxley.
No.
2, that match was amazing. 3, John Moxley.
Such a hater, man. No one is going to agree with you that he sucks.
Anybody who agrees with me,
No one.
Anybody who agrees with me that John Moxley sucks, drop a comment and tell Adrian to shut his John Moxley mouth hole.
Gary.
Tell him to shut his John Moxley mouth hole.
Gary, tell the truth.
Yeah, Gary, tell the truth.
Because I know you'll comment, and John Moxley's good.
Just wait.
Hater.
Can't wait.
All right, my next match was Aaliyah with Vanessa Bourne. I don't even know who she is.
I thought it was Vanessa Ford. Is it Bourne?
That was Bourne.
All right.
Versus Zia. Is it Zaya?
Zia Lee.
Zia Lee.
Zia Lee.
This match was a squash.
Aaliyah got her nose broke.
Yeah. Okay, so Aaliyah's been with NXT for a really long time, and I don't think I've ever seen her win a match.
She's the new Brooklyn Brawler, man.
She is like.
She is not
so I was
W.
telling Matt when the network first started, and they had that show, that NXT show, where they were like just letting you get familiar with NXT wrestlers backstage and stuff like that, and the life of an NXT wrestler, going to the performance center, honing.
Now, was
their
that show
craft.
mostly? Was it focused on Baron Corbin or was it focused on
No, it's focused on everybody.
Oh, okay.
So it like showed people getting cut, it showed people getting contract extensions, bonuses, going just through the motions of just everything that they do And she was on that show, so she's been with NXT for a long time.
A long while.
And she was horrid. So there's an episode where they were going to cut her, and they ended up not doing it. And I guess she's improved some, but like she just gets beat. Like I don't ever see her do any offense. She just gets beat up.
And this is, since NXT has started the Wednesday night thing, this is twice she's been squashed, because she got squashed by that Tamir, or whatever her name is. And then she gets squashed by this Aaliyah.
And this girl, this is Zaya?
Zaya.
God, I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, she looks like she's pretty good. But yeah, she kicked Aaliyah in the face.
Broke her nose.
Broke her nose, it looked like. So, a little bit of drama there, but I mean, it was a squash, so it's just like, dude, just get out of the ring.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her, but dang.
It's over and done with. Yeah. Nobody cares. And this match to me felt like just a placeholder, just something to make it move quicker. And I guess they're still trying to find one more for Shayna Baszler or something. I don't know. It's nobody.
Plus, they're just trying to showcase what's her face.
Yeah, they're trying to showcase some other women, and I get it. But if you're gonna have a squash match, just make it quick, get out.
During this time, there's stuff going on backstage. First, it was Tegan Knox.
Oh, and Rhea Ripley.
And Rhea Ripley are beat up backstage. Yeah, and then I think a little bit after this, because they were trying to hit maybe it was Shayna Baszler because of War Games, and they beat him up. Then you see later her two little...
I can't think of their names.
My gosh, I can't remember their names. But they're beat up in the back too, so now everyone's trying to figure out, is it Raw? Is it SmackDown? So
we're seeing girls get beat up left and right. And it's one of the Raw SmackDown girls, but I mean, it's pretty interesting.
Yep.
I got Dark Order, which they are, of course, amazing, versus the Jurassic Express with Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy. And I swear, if JR says Jungle Jack Perry,
keep calling him that.
One more time, we'll find out where JR lives and slap him in the face.
Is that like his nickname to him?
I don't know, because everybody else says Jungle Boy. Nobody says Jungle Boy Jack Perry or whatever he says. Jungle Jack Perry is what he says. Why can't he just say Jungle? I don't understand why.
I feel like that's like he's just giving him that nickname. Like, I
don't
understand.
This was a good match. Marco Stunt is I put it here. Marco Stunt's one of those guys who, if he can do it, damn it, anyone can do it.
He's athletic, though.
But he is athletic.
He's athletic. I can't do that flippy dude.
He's just one of those guys where you're just like, dude, because if you put your mind towards it, you put your body towards it, you work out. If he can do it, anybody can do it. He's a good story. I'm not saying anything negative about him right now.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
But he's a good story. It's a good story because he looks like he's 5.
Dude, he reminds me of what's his face from the Dudleys.
Spike Dudley.
He would just take huge, nasty bumps all the time.
They keep going. Marco Stunt gets thrown in the ring. Evil Uno went to do a senton, and this is where I'm gonna say bad things about Marco Stunt. I don't even think it's Marco Stunt's fault, but he's so tiny. I think some of the wrestlers are afraid to hurt him. Because Evil Uno went to the top rope, and Evil Uno is huge.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He goes to do a senton and completely misses. And I think it's because he didn't want to land on Marco Stunt. Because he looks down at first, and then he kind of does the assault, and then you can kind of see him maybe in midair adjust and move out of the way.
Like he was trying to just barely.
Yeah, he was trying to barely tap him, but completely missed him.
He is really small.
So it's not either one of their faults, but it's just a huge thing. This is what I want to say. If Cody Rhodes or Cody is the most over wrestler right now, Jungle Boy has to be the second. Because holy moly, everybody explodes for anything he does. He can go in there and take a poop in the ring, and they would cheer for him.
Dude, I'm a huge Jungle Jack
Perry boy.
Dude, he's good.
He's really good. He's amazing. But they were just going bananas. The Dark Order end up winning. And then Evil Uno, they beat up Jungle. I think they pin Marco Stunt.
Yep.
And then they throw Jungle Jack Perry. God, I can't. They throw Jungle Boy out. And they're sitting on, Evil Uno sitting there, and he's like, you know what, Marco, you're doing great, but everybody's ridiculing you. They're mean to you. You're not winning right now. And he pulls one of the Dark Order masks, and he hands it to Marco, and he's like, join me. I can make you win. Marco looked like he's about to grab it. Jungle Boy came in, swatted it out of his hand, and Evil Uno's like, you know what, I respect that, but, destroy that. So the minions and the other guy, they start destroying them, and then the greatest wrestler of all time, to the biggest pop I think I've ever heard.
I was just about to say, you said Jungle Boy, I think Luchasaurus.
Boy,
he might be the second most over guy on.
I was watching this, and I was going bonkers. I was cheering
he's special.
He's amazing. Comes out, does a bunch of karate moves, does the flip. The Evil Order, the main two, they run away, and then he dominates all the Oh, the little
Yeah,
gremlins or
Luchasaurus
whatever.
is not only great, he's like fun to
God,
watch.
he's amazing. And just his whole gimmick. You think that the Luchasaurus, the name, the mask, the whole gimmick would be silly.
It's just not.
It works so
I don't
good.
know why it's not. Because
I think it's because it's him. If it was
so.
somebody else, like let's say if you put it on Evil Uno, it wouldn't probably be as good.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's like huge and can do flippy doodahs.
He does
So it's
martial
like-
arts. He's
he's
so good.
he has one of the best hot tags I've ever seen.
Ever. So he came back, Dark Order, of course Dark Order wins, but Luchasaurus, so I think my match definitely gets it over your squash match.
Oh yeah. Dude, have they won a match?
The Jungle Express?
Yeah.
Not since Luchasaurus has been hurt.
Did they even win any matches before that?
No, because they lost to SCU.
Yeah.
I think they've won one. I think they're like 1-4.
Yeah, they're fun.
I think they're 1-4.
But they definitely seem like they're gonna have those tag team titles.
So if you go to AEW.com or AEFight.com, they have the ratings of all the wrestlers and the tag teams.
Mhm.
1, of course, SCU. 2 is the Lucha Bros. 3, I think, was the Bucks, and then 4 is the Dark Order. And I think to round it out, I think it was Private Party. Private Party and the Bucks might be switched. I think Private Party might be 3rd and the Bucks might be 5th. And it's all based off of wins. So I mean, it makes sense. And then what did you have?
So I had a promo that led into a match. Is that the Finn Balor promo? He came out. He was talking crap about Johnny Gargano. Then he started talking crap. Well, first he was talking crap about NXT. Like, essentially saying, man, since I've been gone, this place sucks. He's like, I built this place. Gargano's a big baby. Like, I did one move to him. He's already out. Yeah. So, he was like, he's been sore for 3 weeks. It can't compete. So, essentially what happened was, I think Johnny Gargano's going to be part of War Games. He's not now. He's legitimately injured.
He's out.
I think he was hurt in real life before the attack from Finn. That was their way of getting him on TV. So, he's talking crap, and then he just, like, brings up Matt Riddle. As soon as he brings up Matt Riddle, crowd goes crazy. Matt Riddle jumps in the ring. They start fighting. And then Finn is, like, on the outside, and then New Era comes out. I keep calling him New Era. Undisputed Era comes out, and they surround Matt Riddle, and they're like, wrong place, wrong time. And right when they're about to beat him up, Ciampa comes out, Keith Lee comes out. Right? So they're kind of brawling.
Yeah, then somehow they all end up in the ring and Undisputed's outside.
That's right. And then Keith Lee takes the mic, or Adam Cole takes the mic. They're talking.
No, that's Keith
forth.
Lee. Keith Lee's like, Adam Cole, you want to fight somebody?
Yeah.
You know, you did good on SmackDown, you did good on Raw. Why don't you fight me?
Yeah. And then, which I was like excited for. Then Roderick Strong is like, no, you're gonna fight me because Adam Cole deserves a break.
He does.
Which he does. Yeah, I was about to say he does deserve a break.
Poor Adam Cole.
Yeah, did you hear that? The SmackDown, he had to fly out there like late notice to fight against Daniel Bryan.
And he still has the wrist thing going on.
So Adam Cole's the best. But so then we got Keith Lee versus Roderick Strong. And hey man, this match is great. Of course it's great because Roderick Strong, Keith Lee. Keith Lee, I know we've said this, but Keith Lee has that. I keep saying he has the it factor, but he's like that special wrestler that he could do something this small, not even anything big, and the crowd just goes bananas. He does,
and he makes it look real.
Yeah, that's what he is like. The man, he's not The Rock, but that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Where like The Rock, especially when he was a heel, every little thing he did, the crowd would just go bananas for.
I mean, even the charisma from Keith Lee.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up there paired with The Rock and some of the most charismatic guys you can think of because it's just.
Yeah.
He gets on the mic. Like he's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. Like this kid's he's going to be pushed eventually to the moon.
Like whatever it is, he has it.
He has that brass ring.
He just has it. But interference, of course. Like this match is great. They did nice little David and Goliath match. Roderick Strong looks great in this match.
He did. He looked really good.
Keith Lee, of course, he always looks good. Undisputed comes out, and then Ciampa comes out. Matt Riddle comes out. Finn comes out, beats up Matt Riddle, and then Dominic.
Undisputed gets in and starts beating up Ciampa and Keith Lee, and then Dominic Dijakovic comes out. He beats up Undisputed Era, and then now it is Dominic Dijakovic going into War Games with the other two.
Which is what I think we touched it before. We were hoping that was going to be the case.
And then so what happened was after Finn Balor attacked Matt Riddle, they took Matt Riddle out of the War Games match to make him fight Finn Balor at War Games, which we think was still supposed to be Johnny Gargano. I think the fourth member was always going to be Dijakovic, and they were going to do Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano. Yeah. But so now it's the 3 members for Ciampa's team is Dijakovic, Keith Lee, and Ciampa because Matt Riddle is now fighting Finn Balor.
Yeah, so now they still have a slot open. But Keith Lee ends up winning.
Yeah.
after all the craziness, Keith Lee ends up hitting him with a finisher. But, yeah, man, I'm excited for War Games, but I wonder who's going to be the fourth.
That's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who would be the fourth. I mean, there's so many choices.
Maybe it's probably going to be Velveteen Dream.
Is he going to come back? Because his back injury was still pretty severe in the last edit, but that'd be amazing.
I think it's going to be Velveteen Dream.
I'd cry. Well, your match already wins hands down because I had Sean Spears.
Oh, God.
Hey, the entrance we did. Sean Spears. So I had Sean Spears versus the Librarian.
Oh, God.
Versus Darby Allin.
I was about to say it was a triple threat.
It was a triple threat. Now, Darby Allin, to me, I think this dude is the fastest wrestler I've ever seen.
God, he's quick.
He moves so much quick. And I thought, because at first I thought maybe Leela Rush, but good Lord, he moves. He's a blur. They start out and he's just all over the place. He's jumping on the Librarian. He's running back in the ring. He's hitting Sean. He is just all kinds
He's
of
got
quick.
a lot of energy.
Now, I already knew as soon as this happened, Darby Allin was going to win. The Librarian was going to take the pin.
Oh, yeah.
The Librarian has not won a match since being on NXT or AEW. So what happens? Joey Janela comes out. They start fighting. Sean Spears and Joey Janela start fighting. Fall out from Full Gear Steel.
Yep.
Darby Allin hits a coffin drop on the Librarian. 1, 2, 3. Nothing too amazing, but I mean it wasn't
Darby Allin.
Yeah, it's just showcasing Darby Allin. Then after that, Darby Allin grabs a mic, looks into it, and goes, "John Moxley." Did it just like that. He's like, "Look here, John Moxley." So he calls out John Moxley. He says, "I'm the one that's going to fight you." That's not what he said. I'm paraphrasing. He said, "I'm ready. I'm man enough to fight you." Now that match is going to be really good.
Woo!
Because of Darby Allin.
Okay.
And I bet $10 right here, right now. If it's a wrestling match, one, it's quick. If anything else, it's gonna be a hardcore death match because John Moxley cannot wrestle.
He can. But we were having this discussion earlier because I think it's going to be another crazy death match.
Yep.
So, because there's only 2 titles so far. We got the AEW World Heavyweight title and we have the Tag Team titles. Because they keep doing these hardcore matches, I don't want them to have this title. I'm still hoping for the TV championship because I missed that title.
Yeah.
But they should have a hardcore championship.
They should, and I like what you were going to call it.
Yeah, they should call it. They shouldn't call it the hardcore championship. They should call it the lights out championship.
The lights out title. Now I think that'd be a really interesting title, the lights out, because they, like he's said, they're always unsanctioned lights out matches. So yeah, lights out title. I think that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Because I mean, honestly, if you were going to come to me and be like, "Hey Matt, look, we need you to go out there and you should have this crazy death match, but it's not going to be on your record. What am I having these death matches for? What am I doing these for?
Putting your body through all that stuff.
All that crazy stuff for what?
Yeah.
So if you put a title on the line, if you had somebody with a title, I think it'd be more of it. And if you want to break down the rankings to you got your tag team rankings, you have your singles rankings, and you have your lights out rankings. Why not?
They have a lot of wrestlers that do that.
Yeah, but it also makes it more interesting also. Because right now, lights out matches, the last, 2 or 3, everybody didn't like them. They were too long, or they were too brutal. I mean, as soon as somebody says this is going to be a lights out match and it's unsanctioned, what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, everything...
It's not going to be a wrestling match. But I agree with the title thing. I agree. And your match,
it just makes sense. You should still have another... I mean, Matt said they should still have another mid-card title.
They should have. I think they should have about 5 or 6 titles. You have the world title, an intercontinental title, the tag titles, a lights out title, and then I think they should do the 6-man tag titles.
I don't know. I don't know if I want that many, but they should have another one.
They should at least one more.
Yeah.
Your match wins hands down.
Oh yeah,
my match was
way
quick.
better. Even though Darby Allin's.
What'd you have after that?
So after that, I had Swerve Scott. Was it Scott? Isaiah Swerve Scott, right?
Is that before or after the Pete Dunne Killian Dane thing? Because that's before the Pete Dunne.
This is before. Yep, this is before.
Okay.
So it's Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Bronson Reed. So I didn't really care for this match. Okay, and the only reason why I didn't care, it's not like they didn't put on a good match, but we already got David versus Goliath right before this.
Yeah,
this is literally the same match, just not as good.
Yeah.
So Swerve is Roderick Strong, and then Bronson is Keith Lee.
Yeah.
But it's just wasn't. I mean, it was like all right. These guys are not bad. Swerve looks like he's pretty good.
Swerve looks pretty athletic. The Bronson Reed guy looks pretty good, but it's just
Like we just, you can't give me Keith Lee and Roderick Strong and then literally give us almost the same concept.
Yeah,
because it essentially was the same. Even some of the stuff they did was exactly what Strong and Keith Lee did.
There's a lot of points.
Where like he's slapping Bronson, he's hulking up because he's the bigger guy. Like they literally did the same thing.
Yeah, it was what it was.
But Swerve won. They shook hands. They're like buddies. I didn't like whatever.
Yeah, I mean it was what it was.
But like Swerve's been losing a lot, so it was nice to see him get a dub. I guess.
Yeah, because I mean he won that tag match with the other two.
Yeah, he's not bad.
He
was alright.
He's not bad. I don't know. Like you said,
it's done without.
Yeah, I match. I mean, like you said, you want to showcase these guys. We get it,
but it was the same concept match as the match we had just got.
If you had it on a different week where you don't have Keith Lee versus Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
My match, Nyla Rose versus Danny Jordan, which we all know what this is. It's a squash match. There's a lot of squash matches this week.
Yeah, it was.
A squash match.
Nyla Rose is good.
Nyla Rose is good. She did a big boot early in the match. And it looked like it might have killed that girl because she hit her so hard and that girl's head snapped back. I thought she broke her neck. Of course, Nyla wins. Hold on, give me a second. Yep, Nyla wins. Squash match. Nyla pins her after the Beast Bomb. And then we get Allie, who comes out. And she's all right. I guess she's ranked 4th right now because she's been fighting on Dark. Well, that's another thing we need to bring up. During the rankings, apparently, and I didn't know this until this episode, they kind of brought it up. But the Dark matches on YouTube, AEW Dark, they count towards your rating for Dynamite also. So Allie's been winning a lot on the AEW Dark scene, and now they're going to bring her up to Dynamite to start challenging for the title. So I think that's kind of interesting now. It kind of throws a new aspect into it. A lot of these guys, if they win on Dark, they come over to Dynamite. And that kind of makes you have to watch AEW Dark too, because you have to know who's winning and losing over there, so you know who's going to come up on Dynamite.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's nice to like give people an opportunity, and it's an opportunity to wrestle, and their wins and losses still count.
Yeah, it still counts.
Even though they're not on the show.
Yeah, it still counts towards a big show. So I mean, that's kind of cool. Interesting. Then, of course, we get Awesome Kong and Brandy.
Kong.
No explanation on what's going on. I love Awesome Kong. She's probably one of my favorite women wrestlers ever. I love Awesome Kong. She comes out. She does that. Now, the one thing I don't like about Awesome Kong is she's doing this spinning back fist.
Oh, yeah.
And when she does it, she spins really hard and then stops and then barely, like, that's a person. It needs to stop. Like, just let her tackle him or something or do something. I don't know. It's weird. She knocks out Allie. They cut out her hair. And that's it. We still don't get an explanation on anything that happens.
All right, so...
So I think this is going to be the first time in Wednesday Night War history that we have a tie. Because my match was a squash match. Your match wasn't very good. So I don't know who to give it to. I mean, if I had to, I'd pick your match because it wasn't a squash, but I'm just going to go tie.
I'm going to give it to Isaiah Swerve.
Give it to Swerve?
Yeah.
So one time,
I like Nyla Rose a lot, but yeah. All right, then I had... It was supposed to be Gillian.
So you have... Hold on. Because you have a match, right?
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be
It's supposed to be a match? Because I have a promo. So let me get through my promo.
Go ahead.
All right, so we're going to go back to the AW side because he has 2 matches left. I have 2 matches left. You have 2 matches left, right?
I think you have 2.
I think you have 2.
Dose, yep. It's that one and then the...
Awesome. So I got 2 also. So we'll just count your weird thing as a match so we can keep even. So I have a promo where Chris Jericho comes out and he starts cutting a promo. And of course, the promo he cuts, nothing short of amazing. And then all of a sudden, the music hits, the center stage goes up, and everybody thinks it's Cody because it's Cody's entrance, and it rises in the smokes, and it's MJF.
The Gray.
Maxwell Jacob Freeman comes out to Cody's entrance, comes out to Cody's song. I almost busted a gasket because this was, it was the coolest thing ever, man. Just seeing him come out. He comes out, steals everything. He starts cutting a promo. Gets a huge chant of asshole. Everybody hates this guy. He is the salt of the earth. He cuts a promo on Cody saying, you know what, Cody, you thought I was second fiddle. You took me under your thumb so you could keep me down. Everything you would expect a heel to say. But it felt really good. It felt like he was being, honest about how he felt what Cody was doing to him, because we haven't seen MJF wrestle. So, I mean, everything they've done to build this up has just been picture perfect. Because MJF hasn't wrestled that much on it. He had 1 match on there. Then after that, he's just been with Cody the whole time. He's been helping Cody. He's been doing something with Cody. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense where he's coming from.
No, totally, man. Because he told him after he did it it's my turn.
Yeah, he goes, it's my turn, and I'm the new face of AEW.
Which is, like, perfect.
It really was. And then it transitioned to his little, I'm better than you and you know it. Love it. It was hilarious. Excuse me, I'm choking. So we get into that, and then he turns towards Chris Jericho, and he goes, hey, Chris Jericho, did you want me in the inner circle? And Chris Jericho goes, do you want to be in the inner circle? And MJF goes, do you want me in the inner circle? And Chris Jericho goes, do you want to be in the inner circle? This goes on for 5 minutes, and it did not get stale. It was the funniest thing ever. It's hilarious because MJF's like, I asked you first. He's like, no, I asked you first. And it was hilarious. So they start cutting promos together. They go to shake. They give each other a hug or something because, they were like, then they got really mad at each other. Like, who the biggest piece of crap is in AEW? Who's the biggest piece of crap? And they both go Cody Rhodes together. Hilarious. They give a hug. Cody comes out finally. Huge gash over his eye.
Gosh, I think it looked gnarly.
It looked so bad. I mean, that spill he took looked horrible. But he comes out. The doctor comes with him, trying to, like, no, don't go out there. You're going to bust it open. Cody pushes the doctor, goes out there, hits MJF, tries to do a power slam, and I get it. He's in work. He's in nice, like, suit attire.
He's always in nice suit.
He's got nice boots. He misses the power slam. Horrible botch. Gets MJF down again. Yeah. Gets the power slam again. So he made up for it. And then Warlow. I think it's Warlow. He comes out. He attacks Cody. The dude is ginormous. He puts him on his shoulders like it's nothing. Does this really cool looking move. Mm-hmm. And it looks like MJF and him might be doing something together. So that's really interesting. So hopefully what I'm hoping happens is MJF does not join the inner circle.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if he did, it'd be awesome anyway. But MJF and Warlow go and do their own thing, and the inner circle does their own thing. Because, I mean, right now, if you put more people in the inner circle, I mean, how big do you want to make this thing? You got 4 guys in there now, a 5th, whatever. But then if you add Warlow too, that's 6. I mean, that's just at one point you gotta let other groups start forming too.
Plus, I don't know if it even makes sense for him to be there because, like I said, it's my turn. How's it going to be your turn if now you went from Cody to being Chris Jericho?
Yeah, and they brought that up during the promo because Chris Jericho was like, I see a lot of you and me, and you wear scarves, you do this. We both have 3 letters and our nicknames. And then MJF was like, I'm not trying to be you. I'm trying to be better than you. And, I mean, he just goes on a tangent of how I don't need you because I'm already the face of AEW. Yeah. Like, it was really good.
But so, I was excited that Oh Boy came out because since he had that vignette and they were like first or second pay-per-view.
Yeah.
They had that he's with that girl, then those dudes come and he just beats everybody up. He has that weird scar on his back shoulder.
Yeah.
Weird. But he just looked cool to me, so I was like, I wonder when he's going to come in. I think I asked you this like a week ago, like, bro, whatever happened to him?
We wonder what happened. Because they did one more weird promo and then it just never saw him again.
Yep, so now I'm excited to see what he does in the ring because he looks like a monster.
He looks like a monster. He looks like he can do some wrestling. I mean, he looks athletic as hell. I mean, hopefully they, like I said, they do something with the 2 of them and then something with the inner circle or even have them cross the inner circle at some point.
Yeah, something. But I definitely don't. It would be cool, but he just shouldn't.
Yeah, he shouldn't. He definitely shouldn't. And then what did you have your little...
Then I had my match, technically, it was supposed to be the lame Killian. Is it Killian? He's just so bad. Like, I hate when he's on screen. Like, as soon as it's like, it's going to be... Because it was supposed to be Killian Dane versus Pete Dunne. Right? Because they keep doing this thing between those two, and then Priest was kind of thrown into it now. And Killian Dane comes out, or Pete Dunne comes out first. Mm-hmm. Killian Dane is going to come out and freaking, okay, he's supposed to be the beast. Okay? Junior Priest hits him, he goes flying across.
Yeah, he goes flying across the stage.
Come on, dude, man. You're small compared to Priest too. Like, bro, I hate that they promote him as being this big monster. He's just not.
Your nickname's the Beast of Belfast. And the last 4 weeks he's done nothing but get embarrassed.
He just looks silly.
He lost to Matt Riddle. He's getting dominated by Pete Dunne. He's getting beat up by Damian Priest. Like, at this point, you're either you need a whole new gimmick or you're just done because it's nothing there.
I don't know what more you could do. This is the second one now because he was a part of Sanity, whatever that was. But so they're about to wrestle, but like I said, Damian Priest comes out, he beats him, and it's just a brawl. Pete Dunne comes out, everyone's fighting. Now, I thought, because obviously they've been hinting at a triple threat match, that's essentially what we're going to get. But I thought Pete Dunne's going to come out and do his thing, and that was going to end it. No, Damian Priest beat them both up, and then ended it with the craziest, nicest looking floaty
He floated over the middle
They're
rope.
out of the ring, and he like runs like he's gonna jump out, but hits the middle turnbuckle, bounces up, and like flips his body over. It looks so nice too.
Nice.
And landing on both of them, stood tall. Crowd loved it.
Oh, yeah, they do. Damian Priest looks amazing.
Yeah, man, he looks really good. Oh, he does Razor's Edge. That's what Pete done.
It's not the Razor's Edge.
It's the Razor's Edge.
But it's not.
It's the Razor's Edge.
I mean, it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's how Pete Dunne got out of the ring. Just tossed him.
He tossed
Threw him out. It was nice. It was a nice little thing. And honestly, I'm happy that Damian Priest interfered because I didn't want to see
that. Nobody wanted to see that
Didn't
match.
want to see that.
Hold on real quick, and I'm going to have to cut this and put it at the end. Are you going to go get the kids?
Dang, she said
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that's what you were saying. Love you.
She was like, duh.
So, Damian Priest does the amazing flip. Of course, it looked really good. Then we had on my side, which, I mean, I guess we can't really count that as a match, but we had another and the third installment of Hangman Page versus Pac. And this match was amazing again. I mean, there's these two, and usually when you watch two people wrestle again and again and again, it gets stale. You know, this was the ringer, you know, Pac 1-1, Hangman 1-1. But this match, again, is just amazing. These two guys, you put them in the ring, I could watch them wrestle every night. Like, I could watch them. If you want to put them on every Wednesday and you just have them do different stuff, because every time they go to do something, it's something different. And they even try to do the same ending with the kick in the balls. He blocks it again, reverses to a gnarly clothesline. They try to do the brain buster on the chair. He reverses that. Like, the way they built the match and the way they built the rivalry is like, I know you're going to do this now, so I know how to stop it.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like the first match, I had no idea what you were going to do. Then Hangman Page, the second match, I'm not going to get low blowed. I know you're going to do that. I'm going to win it. The third match, I know you're going to do the brain buster. I know you're going to do this. Like, the way it just built up, it was just really clean. Great match. This would probably be, I think this to me might be match of the night to me because it was just an amazing match. Pac wins. Pac gets the win. He does the black arrow off the top.
So nice.
Locks him into that submission again, which I think is just a brutalizer is what that submission's called. He does the black arrow, hits him with
The
that.
Rings of Saturn?
The brutalizer. Hits him with the... Oh, so we got the Razor's Edge and the Rings of Saturn.
Yes.
And this guy wants to get out of the 90s. And come on, now. He's
Yeah,
stuck in the
90s.
90s and 2000s.
Great.
But, so Pac wins. I don't know what they're going to do with Hangman Page at this point. He lost the best of 3 series to Pac. I mean, I don't know what you do. Pac is going to have to challenge for this title.
I was just about to ask you that.
Yeah.
Pac has been winning a lot of matches.
He's lost one match.
He's beat Page. He beat Kenny. He's beaten... He's in what the match he lost was
The triple threat match.
yeah.
Oh, and then he lost to Hangman Page one.
It was I thought it was a tag team match he lost
the
to,
tag team match. So he lost the tag team match,
which doesn't count against a singles record.
which doesn't count. He lost a triple threat match, I think, and then he lost against Page at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. So what?
Technically, in singles, I think he's only lost one match.
Right, because the only reason why I bring it up is because Darby won like a match or two and got a title
He
shot.
got a title shot.
Pac has been beating everybody.
Well, it's funny because my main event is going to give us a tag team title match. And the tag team title match, Jericho and Sammy Guevara won 2 matches and got a title shot. So, I mean, if you're going to keep doing this ranking, eventually you're going to have Pac go against Jericho. Or you're going to have Jericho drop it to somebody so they can go again. If you don't want heel versus heel,
Yeah,
which
they
I don't think
want
they
to do Pac versus Jericho.
I don't know why
feel like
you
we're not
wouldn't.
going to get that.
I don't know why you wouldn't. That'd be a good match. It'd be
It
a
would be
great
really good
match. But I don't know why you wouldn't do it anyway. Because like I said, there's no more heel and face thing. And Pac is not really, I mean, he's a heel. He's a bastard.
definitely a heel.
But he's out for himself, so he don't care.
Right.
Here, kill Jericho. Here, knock out
Yeah.
Moxley. Here, knock out your MJF, your top heel guys, because he's out for himself anyway.
Yeah, so that's why I'm a little confused. Because now if you look at who's next up, it's Pac.
It's got to be Pac. I mean, who else do you give it to? Hangman Page is lost again.
Right.
Omega's losing.
Right.
The Young Bucks are not singles.
Right.
I mean, who else do you really have other than Pac?
I mean-
Unless you just magically give it to Luchasaurus. Or you give it to Darby Allin again. Like, I don't know who you would give it to.
And I know the only other, and again, and which I think that's why they do this with Moxley, is that the matches he has don't count. Because they don't want, so you can't push Kenny, you can't push Pac, you can't push Page, and you can't push Moxley all at the same time.
Yeah.
You have to have some kind of balance.
Yeah.
So that's why I think Moxley, they keep doing this stuff with him. So it's not like, oh, well, look, everyone's record is really good.
Yeah.
So who's going to be next? But eventually with Pac, like you have to.
You have to. If he keeps winning, you don't have a choice. And I think they're doing the same thing with Kenny, is they want to push these other guys, and not have Kenny the face right now, not have the Young Bucks the face right now, which I'm fine with because I like it when Kenny Omega loses. I like it when the Young Bucks lose. It makes it look more realistic to me.
Clean.
Yeah, but it makes it look more realistic because everybody wants to talk about how it's supposed to be a realistic sport, and they try to get as close to realism as you can. Champions of great stature, they lose, and they do lose. They go on losing streak. I can't think of the UFC fighter who broke his leg and then just went on a horrible losing streak. He's one of the best fighters. Who was it? Who was that?
Anderson Silva?
Anderson Silva, one of the best fighters. He breaks his leg. He lost his title, and then after that, he'll lost a couple more matches after that. So, I mean, it does happen in real life, too.
Yeah.
The only man I don't think you can give that to is Floyd Mayweather, who never lost anything. But, I mean, it does happen. Even great NFL teams, basketball teams, other sporting teams, they can be the most dominant team, and then they're going to lose a match here or a game here or there. The undefeated Patriots, they went to the Super Bowl. They lost in the Super Bowl. So, I mean, that gives it to me a more realistic feel. Kenny Omega's on a slump right now. He's losing right now. It happens, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, they're going to bury Kenny Omega." No, come on, man. It's Kenny Omega. I don't think John Cena could bury Kenny Omega.
Oh no, he's the king of burials.
King of burials. He got the golden shovel.
He does. But yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. Like, who's next up?
It should be
because I can't think of anybody else. It's got to be Pac.
Got to be Pac.
But I also think that's why they gave Moxley that win tonight. So it's like, okay, instead of getting 2 wins in a row, now you got 1 win because that match didn't count. So now, you got to win, but you're not moving up the rankings really because it's just 1.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And then we get you have a match. I just have another. I have a backstage brawl. Ortiz and Santana beat up the Young Bucks. It spills out to the ring area.
There's a funny part in that brawl.
Oh yes, there's a funny part. It's one of the best parts of the night. I even wrote it down.
The most random thing ever.
Santana throws Nick Jackson into a door, and it's a bathroom door, and it swings open, and Orange Cassidy
is just standing there.
The toilet is sitting right there. The seat's up, and he's just standing there with his hands in his pockets.
Doesn't do nothing.
Santana looks at him, and then just kind of slowly closes the door. It was
so funny.
Orange Cassidy didn't do nothing the whole time.
The crowd went bananas for it too, and nothing happened.
Nothing. Orange Cassidy to me is amazing.
That was so
don't know why.
It's just the most.
He can random. If he gets a chance to wrestle, he can wrestle. But dude, it's so funny. They beat him up. Orange Cassidy gets a huge pop, spills out to the ring. The Young Bucks are standing tall over them until Santino Ortiz. They start getting back at him. They start using the sock with the baseballs. They hurt Matt Jackson. They put Matt Jackson to the stage. And then they put Nick's leg into the leg that he hurt during the pay-per-view. They put it into the stage, and they start just hitting the crap out of it with those baseballs or whatever's in that sock. Brandon Cutler came out, tried to stop them. They walk away. They're like, all right, we're done. Ortiz looks at him and goes, you know what? We lied! And they start beating him up again. And then out of nowhere comes Private Party. Private Party comes out, and then Ortiz and Santana are like, oh, you're sticking your nose in the wrong place. And now we got a match next week against Private Party and Ortiz and Santana, Pride and Powerful. But, I mean, I like how, and this is what we're kind of carrying on the Kenny Omega thing. I like how the Young Bucks are not pushing themselves, not yet, because I'm sure it's going to come. But they're not in the tag team title match. They're losing tag team matches. Mm-hmm. They're getting destroyed by Ortiz and Santana. Like, I like stuff like that. I like when you can have your stars lose match and not have to be this big, huge, oh, they're getting buried type thing, because they're not. It's just they lose in matches. They're getting beat up. They're getting blindsided. I mean, it happens. It does happen. It's real life. I mean, I think that's what makes it cool about it.
I do want to say, before we move on to mine, there's one thing I do want to bring up. I'm glad that they did this with, what's it called, Pride and Powerful?
Yeah, Pride and Powerful.
I'm glad that they did this to make them look strong. Because,
powerful?
Yes. That's stupid. Because at the end of the pay-per-view, right, so they have their match. They beat the Young Bucks clean, and I get why they do it. It's fine. I don't want to see 90-year-old men beating up. I don't want to see 90-year-old men beating up these young wrestlers. And so they get the win, but then look stupid after they beat the Young Bucks, which should have been huge for them because they're building them up.
I mean, technically, they went after the Rock and Roll Express.
And I get that, but like, bro, what? No, I don't want to see this dude. You saw it. Oh boy was doing this little sunset flip, and Nick had to like help him go over, like, come on, like, and I get, so that kind of upset me.
It was so cool he did it, and he did the dive out of the ring.
And again, like, I get it, and it was a nice thing for the fans, and I think they've wrestled in that building.
Yeah, they did. They beat somebody there.
To do that's fine. But like, you made them look stupid. So it's nice. I'm just saying it's nice that they did this.
Yeah, they built them
They
up.
stood tall at the end of this. I was like, okay, to get the heat back or whatever. Like, look, we're still the most dangerous tag team, even though we got beat up by 90-year-olds.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I mean, I get your point. And the only thing that I think we brought this up in the last video, the only thing that kind of bugs me is I hope it doesn't go down the same route as WCW. Because WCW started off the same way. They were trying to push these young guys, and all of a sudden the old guys started creeping their way in. And then the old guys took over, and then you had these weird matches where you're fighting in hay bales when trucks are driving. It's just weird. So hopefully it does. I severely doubt it would go that way because I know what they're doing. They want you to feel the nostalgia.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, like you said, that sunset flip, it was
it's like, bro, like I just like, and it was cool to watch. Like he still did it, but it's like you're making them look silly now.
I get it.
After they should have been a big thing, and it wasn't.
So go ahead and get into your last match.
So my last match,
I gotta check the camera, make sure it's still got battery power.
Oh dang. Timeout.
No, go ahead, keep going.
Okay, so my last match was, what's her name? I always forget her name. Mia Yim? I always call her Yam.
Mia
Yim versus the great Io Shirai in a ladder match.
Io Shirai.
Okay, so this match is really good.
And I just want to say hi to Io Shirai.
Oh, that's cute. So, all right, so maybe you guys can let us know what exactly this advantage thing is. I don't know why we don't know what it is.
Explain it.
I just don't get what the advantage for War Games thing is. Maybe I'm just stupid.
They get a weapon to start off with or something?
I don't know. So that's what they're fighting for, right? So Io Shirai is on Shayna Baszler team. She's fighting for the advantage for them. Mia Yim is fighting with Ripley's side. Okay. Before the match, Dakota Kai. She came in pretty much like, look, you got the spot over me. I just want you to know I got your back because everyone's getting beat up right now.
Yeah,
right?
beat down.
So they have this match, right? So again, I thought what's their faces, Garza and Leo Rush should have main evented. But after seeing what happened in this match, I'm glad this did because man, it was explosive. And I mean it in like the literal sense. Because holy crap. So they have this great match. They're taking big bumps. Io Shirai got freaking suplexed onto the ladder. All kinds of craziness, right? And then there's a spot where Mia's holding. She's going to hit Io Shirai with the ladder. Io Shirai is on the outside turnbuckle or the outside.
She's outside the ring.
The ropes. She goes to like jump on top of the rope and hit her with the drop kick. Hits the ladder, right? Bro, freaking Mia
Yim.
Her nose explodes.
Yeah, so what happened is it looked like Mia Yim was supposed to hold the ladder right, where the steps are, so your face could go through the steps. She held it to where the solid part of the ladder was, and the solid part just drove straight down into her nose.
They kept replaying it, and her head just like ricochets back, and as soon as she hits the ground, there's just blood look, her nose exploded.
She literally rolls on her back, and then she looks up, and she knew it. She leans forward like in an all fours puking position,
everywhere.
And it's just blood. Bleh.
It just like brought so much. I know it like it's always. I don't know. I'm not trying to. It shouldn't matter, but it's always weird when a woman gets busted open.
It is.
I don't know why.
It's because we never really seen it before.
But it's so like when it happened to Becky Lynch, it was just like it's always so like, oh my god, can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
So when her nose exploded, there's just blood dripping everywhere. I was like, holy crap.
Now, might we add, this is the second time in a woman's match a nose has been broken.
Seriously.
So
which again, okay, so touch on that. I don't know how what's her face's nose busted.
Yeah, Leah, we don't know.
I think she went to block and she kicked her in the arms and she hit herself. But anyways, so the drama, right? And we're just like, oh my god! And it looked like they were obviously officials came in. They were checking on what's her face. The camera was on Io Shirai. She's taking her time, like, crap, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the officials are like, look, just climb up the ladder in the match. But no, freaking Mia Yim. Powered through it, and like, bro, the crowd, and that's the one thing the crowd will always cheer for. Doesn't matter who you are, if they hate you or not. If you come back from that and you keep wrestling, the crowd will love you forever.
You're gonna go bonkers, man.
Because I was not a big fan of hers. I didn't think she was bad, but when that happened, I was like, yo, she's tough.
She's legit.
Because wow, man, that's a hard. And then Then she takes another huge bump. Like, I felt so bad for her, but like, I guess I don't even know when they set the ladder.
So they set the ladder. They were fighting outside.
They set the ladder up like against the.
Yeah. So the ladder was outside on the railing. Io Shirai and Mia Yim are climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Mia Yim knocked her down. The UK champion comes out, stops Mia Yim from doing. Like Mia Yim is like on the third rung she's very high. And the UK champion pulls a ladder down, and the fall she took on that ladder.
Oh my god!
She hits it, and she just tucks herself, and then she bounces up and falls. Like, it was so bad. Like, I felt so bad for her.
And he knew it was bad because as soon as she hit, everyone rushed her and see if she was okay.
And you can even tell she's just sitting there like, she's like, I need to get out of this because this is horrible.
I felt so bad for her, but she's tough.
Yeah.
She's tough as rocks.
Yeah.
Dude, I give her an A+ for her performance. I never really thought she was that good, but dang, I'm a big fan. So Io Shirai wins.
Yeah.
So you got what's I keep forgetting her.
Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair, the UK champ, which I've never seen wrestles. I'm not familiar with her.
Yeah, I don't know her name.
And then Io Shirai's holding the briefcase. So the UK champ is going to be the fourth member, which I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And then Shannon Baszler comes out. She's clapping like, oh, yay. And then Bayley comes out. Dude, Bayley's great. And she hits, started beating on Shayna. Shayna? Right? And then...
does that weird DDT.
Yeah, it looked nice. So she did it on the title.
Yeah, on the
title.
title.
It was nice. It was weird, but it looked good. But then they chase her out, and that's how it ended. But yeah, man, what a match.
It was a match.
It's the first ever women's ladder match on NXT.
Yeah, I never thought I'd say these words that are going to come out of my mouth. But after you hear about my match, you're going to hear them. It is, of course, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, who are 2-0 in tag team matches, getting a tag team title match against SCU!
What's your crew?
With Christopher, I love SCU. With Christopher Daniels, of course, he's back. Jake Hagar escorts Jericho and Sammy Guevara out. This match was a really good match. Very high pace. Sammy Guevara put on a good show. Kazarian and Chris Jericho put on a good show. Scorpio Sky went to the top. He was going to do like a moonsault. Jericho catches him into a code breaker. Doesn't get the pin. Goes for the lion salt. Bunch of good spots. But of course, the strongest move in any wrestling history, any wrestling event, any type of wrestling, the strongest move is not your finisher, not your signature, not a chair shot, not a kendo stick, not Mia Yim getting her nose broken open, not Aaliyah getting her nose broken open, not Cody splitting his eyeball open, not Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley destroying each other's body. The strongest move in all of wrestling, the roll-up pin. SCU wins via roll-up
Jericho
pin.
too.
And Jericho, yeah.
I was shocked.
So not only is this Jericho's first loss ever in AEW, it is his first time being pinned in AEW, and he threw a tantrum. He gets a chair, he starts hitting things. So like I said, that could start being built to he's getting too cocky, and he's going to drop the title to somebody because now he got so cocky. You know, you're going to start losing matches. And they lost it. They didn't win the tag team titles. Which I kind of wanted them to win because I think it'd be really interesting.
I almost thought, I was kind of surprised they didn't.
Yeah, so am I, because I kind of thought you'd want to give it to Jericho and Sammy Guevara, because it's been Sammy Guevara's first title ever in his life, apparently. And, the Inner Circle's this strong thing right now. They had Jake Hagar, Christopher Daniels, Jake Hagar went at it for a little bit. Really good match, but just the roll-up pin ending is just so overplayed. Like, I understand you want to make Jericho look strong. And the way they did it, it was nice. He caught Jericho super off guard. He's got me off guard. I was like, he's pinning him. Yep. I didn't even realize it. He gets the 1, 2, 3. I get it. But what is the point of you even having a finisher? What is the point of you even having a signature? What is the point of you having all this if all you got to do is pin? If I was a professional wrestler and they were like, dude, you could pick this awesome finisher, whatever you want, I'd go, roll-up pin.
Yeah, man, strongest move in the game.
Strongest move in the game. Nobody can kick out of a roll-up pin.
I don't think I could.
Nobody, I couldn't. You couldn't. Nobody could. Chris Jericho can't. If Chris Jericho can't kick out of a roll-up pin, we sure as hell can't kick out of a roll-up pin. Right? So, of course, my vote is going to your match. Yeah, for the first time ever, I'm going to go against my brothers from California, SCU, and one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Chris Jericho, to go for a match against Mia Yim and Io Shirai because of a roll-up pin.
A great roll-up. Dude, I'm glad they did win, though, because, look, we had this debate and Matt and JP argued with me because I thought the rankings was stupid. Just for this, you're not really a tag team. I'm sorry, but Jericho and Guevara are not really a tag team. So why would you give them the titles? If you're trying to establish your tag team division, you don't give it to Jericho and Sammy Guevara.
That makes sense. Especially when you have such a fire division. Too.
Yeah, there's so many.
Jurassic Express, Lucha Brothers, Private Party, Dark Order.
Now to have the match, I'm okay with, you're having the match, like, I wanted to see it, but it's like, don't give them the titles.
Yeah, I agree. Since you put it that way, I agree. I guess
that's the only thing. And like I said, like, it just, bro, you're not really a tag team to me.
So if you have been keeping track, which we barely keep track, but if you have been keeping track, I had AEW up by 1 point. He had NXT up by 1 point. I think now I have it tied.
I got two up.
I'm going for NXT.
I'm going for NXT too.
Going NXT. Yeah. NXT, I think, had the better show, the better wrestling matches this time. Other than that promo, really, AEW was kind of. It was a good show. Like, I'm not going to say it wasn't a bad show, but it kind of just felt like we did the pay-per-view. We're kind of out of ideas right now to build anything off of, so here's this show. It was like you said, why would Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho, I know you're 2-0 in tag team matches, but you take 2 wins and you're going to get maybe a title match? Why hasn't Pac got a title match then?
Right.
Because he won like 5 in a row before we finally lost in that triple threat or that tag team match with Moxley and Omega. Like, some of it doesn't make sense, some of it does. So, it is what it is. NXT wins.
It's cool that they're doing it because it separates them from WWE, but I knew that it wasn't going to be perfect, which is fine because it's still early.
Yeah, it is.
Like, think about it. They're tag team, they're 2-0, so they've only had 2 tag team matches. Of all the tag team matches we've been seeing every week, they got a title shot because they were 2-0. So it's still super early, so it's not going to be perfect in the beginning, but, if
you think about it, I guess no other tag team was winning because all the tag teams lost in the tournament other than SCU.
Yeah.
Party and Lucha Brothers lost in the triple threat match. Yeah. So, I guess it makes sense. They're really undefeated tag team technically, so I guess it would have made sense.
So yeah, they get and like what's it called? The Jurassic World
Express.
Jurassic World. Freaking, they keep losing, so you can give them, you can give a legit tag team a title shot.
Now that Luchasaurus is back, they gotta do something.
Well, they gotta win a match.
Luchasaurus, man. Good lord.
I bet you they'll win the next match now that he's back. Because, they haven't won.
No, but apparently he's back early from his injury, too. I guess he's supposed to be out another 2 weeks, but he's back early because he's such a man.
But yeah, dude, freaking the drama in NXT, man. Bro. I saw a woman's nose explode.
Twice.
That was just insane. And she fought through it, yeah. That's tough. I know they're professionals, but dang. And the crowd just went bananas. It was the loudest they'd been the whole night.
Yeah.
For her. And it was just awesome. So.
And always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, tell everybody about it. And I know that wrestling fans, for some reason, are hard to find, even though wrestling is a huge industry, and a lot of people like wrestling, but in Colorado, for some reason, it's hard to find wrestling fans. So if you're a wrestling fan, of course, share and subscribe. Tell your other wrestling fans that we are out here doing this. We're out here doing this grind, so you know what's going on. If you can't catch one of the episodes, we're going to watch the wrestling so you don't have to. Make sure you let us know who you think won, whether it's NXT, whether it's AEW, who had the better match, whatever you guys want to let us know, hit us up. Also, hit me up at Instagram, roasted9809 with any comments or questions or any videos you think we should make, anything you guys want us to say, hit us up. You guys want to be a special guest appearance on this, let us know. Okay, we need to get more subscribers. We're trying, and as always, peace, love, and hugs. I gotta turn the camera off because we are not that far advanced yet, so you get to stare at this ugly guy. Ugly guy.
I'm not that ugly.
You are that ugly.
I'm pretty.
There's people. Oh my gosh, the camera died because of you.